back. So, I'm going to try doing the commentary for this game. There's a lot of hints and tips about this game. So, I figured that might as well try. So, let's jump right in, shall we? So, where I'm at is actually a glitch. That I found on YouTube. Can't remember where, but it is on YouTube. So we get up here. Just continue to run like they usually say. And you just keep following this until you jump down, and there you go. I would say don't try to get up in the higher levels until you got better gear. Because if you do decide to go with, say, level 20 camp, you're going to be facing level 20 creatures. So like level 10 zombies, which is these guys, or level 5s, I should say. But you got to be careful about those. They hit you once, take out a lot of health. So I would say guns would be better damage-wise, but bows are actually more convenient. If you can, try to get these guys surrounded by like the other zombies, the things that you don't want to really face yet. It actually makes it a whole lot easier. And there's also one other thing. You can only go 5 up. Or, I know you can only go 5 down when you do a mission. So it's always best to really look through everything. Find your, like, if you really don't want to do the glitch, always, early on in the game, go and get, and explore the whole map. Find the place that you can make. So, alright, just give me a second, guys. Okay, so yeah, you can only increase it by 5 and decrease it by 5. But you can also pretty much just continue to, like, you can repeat each mission over and over and over. Say, you need more sheet metal or nails or other items. You just keep doing that one mission. Nice thing about having the mini map, you can actually be able to find your quest item. Bows are usually the best. Of course, sniper rifles would probably be better. But again, with a sniper rifle type, yeah, you're going to have more damage, probably smaller clip size, and slower fire rate. But once you get up to like about level 10, you have to do the tower. Crisscross tower. By doing that, you increase it to 5 levels. It's been so long since I actually did a commentary. And hasn't even went out yet. Uh, Every mission that you usually do, the city, wilderness area, even in the camp area, always go around, pick up the big peace logs, pick up the sticks, because sometimes you might have to use more. Of the arrows, which is right underneath your little health meter. If you guys hear a grumbling sound, that's just my stomach. But, you know, it's pretty sad that most of the bigger YouTube, like Best Friends Play, I think they actually had a falling out. I mean, their channel's still up. It's just apparently the job interfered with their friendship. Sometimes it's not that great playing with your friends for a business. Now, for me, I just do this for entertainment. Give some of you people a chance to look at my type of gameplay or my style, the type of games I play, and other things. I'm not doing this for money or anything. For fun. But I do have a little Dying Light skit with a friend on my channel, which is hilarious. I mean, it's hilarious. It's most of the games I play is for a mature audience. So, but there is a cheat. Like, if you really want to stockpile on guns, there's a technique. Down here. You always want to hunt down the rabbits if you can. Because once you get your kitchen, you can actually make grilled meat. Which is helpful. I was gonna do a kill animation on that, but you can tell if there's a rabbit by a squeak.
sure got a piece of you, Survivor.
Guns, you really don't get your ammo back. I don't know about the crossbows. Might be able to. So you come down here to the bunker. And you can actually stock up on like nails, aluminum cans. Once you get the foundry, you can actually make aluminum rods. And come through here. Spring. 8mm. Got another 50 rounds. You always get a box of 50 for the 8mm. Which I believe I have 250 or 300. So that helps me out. Now, come here.
Well, did you find what you were looking for, Survivor? You don't seem too enthusiastic. Oh, the house wasn't abandoned.
Talk to him.
Well, I knew that. It was to give you some practice. You need to know how to take on the infected, of course, but also be able to stand up to humans. By the way, I hope you took him out. We'll need to go over your training again, Survivor. In the meantime, let's take care of your weapon. It won't that you found all the components. Now I'll show you how to put them together. But to do that, you'll have to build yourself an armory in your camp. The armory is where you assemble weapons and munitions. How do you do that? It's simple, but you'll need some resources first.
Most of the tools that you'll need for
Wood? Sheet metal? I could lend you
making
some.
more
But you'd
bullets
be
would
upset at not learning how
you
to
would actually
fend for
need
yourself.
a foundry,
And
a
you'd be
blacksmithing, the armory. With the blacksmithing part,
I already told you about an
you
old
actually
trapper
get
who
to
sometimes
make
wanders
a
around the swamp.
tool
He lives
for
with his
lead
brother
bits.
in the forest, not far from... Go pay him a visit. He knows the area pretty well, unless he decides to give you...
So, once we get done talking to him, go here. We make our armor. Now you look here. Okay, you know, we can make our kitchen, which helps us out. Make, like, better food. So, let's get this, and then the kitchen. And then, accessories would be probably like, armor, tools, I believe. Let's just get our camp up to 5. And then, of course, let's get our character. Up. And because we are level 5 now, we can actually take care of some of things that we need. Cardio training, which most of the stuff I'm saying is actually on YouTube. You just have to look up how to survive 2, tips and trials. They'll walk you through it more. But usually I just, if you're playing by yourself, you really don't need last stand. Just weapons, cardio, hunger, thirst. Of course, you know, things that gives you better reload speed, lock picking. So let's see, survival, appetite, starving, hydroponic, parch, strong medicine, and of course thighs of steel, which helps. Problem is, it's a level 10, and you would actually have to have, if I remember correctly, 45,000 XP for it per level. That's a lot. But you also get, let's see here, 20 bonus. So, of course, stamina. Special abilities. You really don't need last stand, accidental doctor, hold on. But great hearing, arm like lightning, and nimble fingers. Most definitely. If you're going with guns, yes. And then, of course, endanger types. Some of it you will want to do, like desperation gives you more strength when your health is low. Desperate shots, when your health is low, your critical does more damage. Which, if you train it on the person longer, yeah. Let's see here, what else is there? Yeah, now or never, if you're about to get hit by an infected or zombies, as we're going to call it, you get a XP bonus, which is like 10%, so I would say if a zombie gives you, say, 300 XP for normal kills, and it's about to strike you, you kill it, you get 30 extra. It helps on increasing. Guardian Angel, like I said, if you're playing online, go for it. But you can also wait until you're about level 15. So, you always want to make sure you have plenty of health kits. I haven't used bait at all. If it's similar to what I know it is, yeah, it's gonna help. It just gives you more of that strategic. So, so let's go over here on the campus. Now, after every mission, go to the bunker, get more ammo. So technically you are leaving the map, so it refreshes. weapons, good on that. So this, the standard HK 80 assault rifle is actually from a DLC. So there's, I believe, 3 or 4 DLCs that you can get for it, and each one has their own like special weapon, special helmet, special pet, which I got the drone. So stick that in there. Usually I wait until later on the night. But you always want to make sure you have a screwdriver. Always. A hammer you really don't need in your inventory. Well, but I got two cans of corned beef, and with 2 cans of peas, you can make a better food. So there's as well. Now, you always want to make sure that you get rid of most of your bulk. Which I wish that they actually had like a thing where you could actually just put in like, oh, just transfer, like let you select what you want to transfer, or if you're in that tab, I guess, these are the tabs, as they call it, filters. You can actually just do that whole filter and put it in. Okay, there's that. Now, you want to make sure you're able to put all your stuff where you want it. So, grab the armor. See how it's red? Well, we want to make sure that we are able to move around. And also, okay, that's armor. Now our kitchen. Don't want that one. I'm pretty sure this is probably be a whole lot easier with on a PC instead of the controller, but no, I don't have a PC. It's very finicky. And there's the kitchen. So you can open this up, and to upgrade it, you get new recipes for every level you upgrade. So like right now, required building levels 2, which is it is called cooked saddle rabbit, which you get from killing the rabbits. You get that, and you actually get food. Hunger is 50 with sprint speed for 10% of your sprint bonus for a minute, which comes in handy. This, you only need like water bottles, the empty bottles, plus 2 blackberries, which find it in a camp, and I think in some of the wilderness areas that you find. And then, of course, like I said, one fish, one peas will give you a grilled fish with peas. Again, gives you a big bonus. So let's just get our armory upgraded. So, your buildings can only be at the same level as your camp level. So, see how I had to get one more item? I think it would have been probably planks or hammer or nails. One of the two. So, you just do that. See how it says camp level too low to level up. So you open it up and you can make simple arrows. Of course, starter. The gun, which the starting rifle that you get from the DLC is better, but if you don't want to buy it, then you can get this. It's just okay. It's only 10 rounds. So. And of course, crossbows. So, once you get your armory, always want to upgrade to the next arrows. So, the lead pellets, you actually have to have a tool for. And the fletch arrows, they are the best against the turtle. Which the turtle drops some things that you need for armor. So here's the needle thrower. It is with ammo, which you have no ammo for it yet. Its base damage is actually 160. Well, the best way is, see the damage on the stats, you add that to the base. So 160 plus 45, you're looking at 205. If you put points to your weapon skills like archery, crossbows, handguns, assault rifles, that damage goes up. The ammo's damage does not go up, but the weapon's damage goes up. You become more proficient with it. And we are going to so you don't want to make your arrows, but like if you only have like one flint, you don't want to use the stick one. The stick's good for topping off, but if you really want to build up your ammo, you want to get the 20. Okay, now the food is here. So, the food, the kitchen, is 1 cloth and 2 logs. We'll say logs. Okay, and then 2 cloth, 2 logs. 2 cloth, 3 logs. Now, this you actually find in another mission. I believe it's just a world drop or something, but I can't remember where it's at per se. But now you can go here. Okay. Pumpkin pie, cooked meat, So you just need raw turkey, which once you get to level 10, you can actually do a raid that's in the bunker, which is nothing but turkeys. You can get feathers. I mean, you can get tons of feathers. And then sauteed beef with peas, again. That gives you 5 minutes of melee damage, which is perfect for the tankers, the ones that likes to, be up front, taking the blunt damage, which I'm not that type of person. I like hanging back and sniping. And of course, this, which 1 bottle of water with 1 white flower, or shrouded flower, which actually gives you 100 to thirst, which is great. Which is really good. So, that's pretty much how I would do that. Don't worry about the kitchen that much. If, you find more recipes, yeah, go for it. That's pretty much it on my notes. Oh yeah, let's get some of this stuff put in the trunk. Okay, so weapons, we're good on that. Ammo, we're good. Trevor, we're good. Soda, canned. Yeah, we'll put the berries in. So, there we go. Go on that. So you just flipped right through here. Box of nails. You can never have enough nails. So I would say about every... So let's see here. My camp level is 5. They took 2 shots. We really do need to get their next, the flinted. Which, if you get chased by that turtle, don't worry about it. Turtle's slow. Can't do any damage to it yet until you get your fletched. You always want to make sure you can hear. So these are your flints. Oh yes, there's also one other thing. You gotta be careful about that turtle because it will spit acid thing. And if you're going to be farming like the bunnies for the saddle meat, you always want to slowly scan. Once you get that little red line, you know you got a log. Like that. My bad. There's a kill enemy. Sometimes you can actually do... It all depends on how. Like that's one type, and then if you have the bow, you'll knock them down and... shoot an arrow, which is a waste of an arrow. But see, you want to make sure you have plenty of the big pieces, so that way you can actually build up on your bow ammo. And if you do decide to go with the crossbow, which is actually better than the bow for damage, but not as good as, you know, like speed. Takes longer. It gets a little confusing on that. Put back the armor. Okay, we go to ammo. Simple arrows, crossbows. Okay, here's the ones that we need, which gives us 35 damage. Stopping power is 20. Penetration power is only 5, which our arrows that we already have is 35 damage and 5 for stopping power and penetration. And they're great for, you know, getting up to this point. I usually go about 200. Sometimes you miss or it takes a few more shots. And then over here. Now I have actually forgot to equip arrows. And I was running for my life at home. Put these in here. We don't need them now. Equipment. If it's colored out like this, like if it's this type of color or a little bit lighter than this color, but it's not bright like this one, you cannot put it in your stash. You're stuck with it. And there's the food. I'm gonna put her. What's in there? Other cloth. If I remember correctly, bracelet would probably give you some type of metal. Okay, there we go. Now we go to this, and we put the ammo. now we are dealing 115 damage. But I think actually we need a level 10. 4. And our assault rifle, which is 300. Sure, no, oh, no, sorry. Okay, we got 400 rounds, so got that. Now, trying to remember exactly which one it is. We'll use that. That again. Water. Candy bar. And then so it can only max out at 99%. So because we use one water and others. Here. For others. We got 3 aluminum cans. And 1 bottle. There you go. So now you're all set on that, which is good. Alright, let's see. I believe you do have to make... I don't know if you really do or you don't, but we'll do it anyways. Okay. We don't have to equip it because we got a better... I have a better gun. We come down here. Goes back.
Fine. Now that you've placed the first stone of your...
Okay, so we got a mystery guess. Which gives you a screwdriver, some cloth, and some nails. Which, if I remember correctly, Kovac is the main storyline. I believe that's how it went. But you can also do the Trapper, which is up north. He has some missions for you. The mysterious guest, you only have to go and talk to him and then do one of his quests. But I'm going to stop right here. It's getting close to that 1 hour mark. Usually try to do just 1 hour. So it's not that long. Alright. Just hit that like button and subscribe. And leave the comment if you want to see more down below. Going to try to do another episode of this tomorrow. I'm going to try to do as many as I can before I have to go back to work. So, alright, guys. I will see you and talk to you later. Later.